Welcome back, guys, to another video. In today's West Ham video, I want to talk about the lack of planning at this football club. It's not the first time I've said that, and many other West Ham supporters have said that over the past few years. But guys, before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more West Ham content. I'm trying to make as many videos as I can during lockdown, and it's an unprecedented time. I'm trying to do it as much as I can. I've fully moved in now to this place Saturday. I'm recording this on the Saturday evening. So guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more West Ham content. Hit the like button, and also check out my Patreon if you want to have extra content, West Ham Q&As. You know, I'll be bringing more West Ham content on the Patreon for a couple of pounds a month. That will support me greatly. Now, let's talk about West Ham and the lack of planning, because I've got some quotes from David Moyes' press conference today, and I'm looking at my phone because I don't want to be misquoted. So this was, you know, David Moyes got asked about the typical Robert Snodgrass, Sebastian Haller. He got asked based on them, and then got asked about potential incoming transfers. Now, we've created room that we can bring players in. Are we ready for that? No, not really, but we'll go along with that and bring in the right players. Now, let's cut this in half, this quotation. We've created room that we can bring players in. Right, okay. We've created room. West Ham, before we even sold Snodgrass, before we even, you know, sold Haller, we had probably the thinnest and smallest squad in the league. You can, you know, have 25 players signed up for your squad for the coming season. I think we've got like 20, 21, and that's including 3 goalkeepers. So to say that we've got room, we've created room, we already had the room. We had the room to manoeuvre in terms of bringing players in. So I don't understand that quotation. Now, in terms of are we ready for transfers, and this is my biggest gripe about West Ham in terms of planning, because this isn't just, you know, the planning side. We're talking about, you know, our scouting systems beyond awful. When it actually comes to recruiting players, our systems in place are just not good enough. They're just not on par with the other Premier League clubs. We're relying pretty much on Thomas Souček in order to bring in our players. Soufal, we've got Souček. We're looking at another Slavia Prague player, Sparta Prague striker. So he's literally spoon feeding us, you know, and I hope he's getting some kind of commission on some of these transfers, because the way they're working out, I'd be asking for some kind of commission on the transfer fee or something, because he's doing 2 jobs. He is essentially stopping West Ham from going to buy scouts. Now, in terms of, you know, what was it? But we'll not really, but we'll go along with the players and we might bring us. So we've sold Sebastian Haller. We knew that David Moyes didn't fancy him. He did not fancy Sebastian Haller. He didn't fit what West Ham are trying to build right now. We are a very good team when we sit behind the ball, and it's not calling it defensive football, because I feel like defensive football is Sam Allardyce. This is more of a, you know, more of approach that we're happy to concede possession. We're happy to concede possession, but we're not parking the bus essentially. But when we do get the ball, we're looking to pass the ball forward. We're looking to make quick transitions. We're looking to be fast on the counter attack, and it's actually exciting. Some of the football at times is actually exciting, and there's sometimes that we've seen throughout David Moyes' you know era, especially post lockdown. There's been a couple of games where we've dominated possession or dominated certain parts of the game with the ball. So I feel like we can mix it up. But in terms of Sebastian Haller, we knew he didn't want him. He said in the press conference, he goes, you know what? We got an offer. We accepted it. We didn't expect to sell him this month. Essentially, we would have sold him in the summer if the right bid come along. We didn't expect to sell him this month, but an offer come in. We accepted it. Now, there was offers from Germany. There was offers from Germany for Sebastian Haller, only loan offers. West Ham tried to turn him into permanent. Didn't work out. Ajax under Ten Hag, who has worked with Sebastian Haller, kept in contact. Sebastian Haller actually knew about this transfer, you know, for quite a while. So I made a video, you know, yesterday. I had a video yesterday, well, Thursday actually. No, it was Friday. Had a video talking about Sebastian Haller completing his transfer, and I was a little bit sympathetic. I said, you know, that he should have done better in terms of his work rate, but Moyes has got to take some responsibility. Now, I'm completely on the fence. He was playing for a move. He did not want to get injured. He wasn't putting himself about because he didn't want to get injured, because he probably knew in the back of his mind he was going off to Ajax. So, you know, in terms of being sympathetic for him, stuff him. Good riddance. He's gone now. Let's move on to the future. But the problem I've got in terms of, you know, planning with West Ham is that we've got no one lined up. Why is it that with West Ham is that we're the team that have always got to be reactive. We sell someone, we buy someone. Why can't we buy someone, then sell that player? Because what essentially has happened now, we sold Sebastian Haller. We've got no one lined up. We've got Michail Antonio and the youngster Odobeku. Yes, maybe Yarmolenko could do a job at striker for a little bit. But for me, no, Yarmolenko is not the answer or the solution to a backup for Michail Antonio. Yarmolenko would bring similar styles of play to Haller. Not quick, doesn't suit the counter-attacking football, the quick transitions that this club and what David Moyes is trying to bring in. Yarmolenko will not win near enough as many headers as Sebastian Haller. So for me, Yarmolenko's out the question. It's Odobeku, Antonio as our striker. And even then, he's not really a striker. He's been converted into a striker. But to have no players lined up, because now all clubs that maybe have a striker, we've been linked with Eddie Nketiah. We've been linked with, those players in the Czech Republic. I don't know what their names are. You've got Simmer and the other guy, Hozlek. If a club has just seen another club sell a striker, that after one of your strikers, you're thinking, well, they've just picked up 20 million there. They've just picked up 20 million. We were going to accept 20 million because we know they've just sold a player and they're desperate for a player. Let's try and get 25, 26 million. And why is it that West Ham always overpay for players? And these are one of the reasons why. Is because we're not proactive. What we should have done is gone, Ajax, right, we've received a bid from Ajax. We're going to accept it. We're happy with the 20 million. But before we publicly disclose the sale of Haller, before we actually publicly disclose that we're going to accept this bid, let's go and try and buy his replacement now, because the player that we're going to buy, the club of that player, they won't know that we've just picked up 20 million. They don't know we desperately need a striker. And we could have been proactive and gone, you know what, let's buy Josh King. Now, Josh King, is he the long-term solution for West Ham? No. But will he do in the meantime? Yes. And he's someone that has split this fan base, People like, should we sign him? He's not prolific enough. And my stance on Josh King is that we've got to remember, guys, this guy's going to be a backup. He has similar styles of play to Antonio, likes to run the channels, quick, strong, can play in a lone striker formation, which Haller could not do at all. But also has the versatility that David Moyes wants in a player, that he can do a job on left wing and possibly right wing if injuries occurred or if suspensions occurred. So, yes, would we like a 25 goal striker? Of course we would. But for the short term, he would probably be okay. He probably would be okay. As I said, he ain't the long-term option. Just like Giroud, we've been linked with Giroud. Is he the long-term option? No, he's not. He's not the long-term option. Would I pay 8 million for a short-term option? No. Josh King. Now, Bournemouth. Apparently, we could have signed Josh King from Bournemouth for £13 million. He's got 6 months left on his contract. We should be paying, realistically, no more than 5 to 6 million. But if West Ham end up paying 13, 14 million, it's because we're in a market, we're in January, and Bournemouth are going to pull our pants down because they know we need a striker. So they're going to ask for more money than they probably originally did ask for in the summer. And that's all because of lack of planning. If only we had a plan in place that would say, before we disclose the sale with Haller or before we accept this bid, tell Haller, tell Ajax that we're happy for this to go, but just let us buy, one of these players on the shortlist, because you would have thought that David Moyes would have had a striker on his mind that he would like to bring into the club to replace Sebastian Haller when he sold him, either in the summer or in January. And the lack of planning at this football club just absolutely baffles me, because, as I said, each club now, when we go to a striker, if they wanted 15 million, they're now going to ask for 19 million. And that's where West Ham continue overpaying. And in the transfer market, when it comes to players, we're just an absolute mess, because with strikers, we overpaid for Haller at the time, probably 45 million, whilst he did very well in the Bundesliga. We overpaid because we probably scattergunned loads of bids for strikers. We was after Maxi Gomez. We was publicly well known that West Ham wanted a striker. So what happens is demand. People have got players, teams have got strikers. They're like, yeah, well, we wanted 30 million, but we know West Ham are desperate. Let's charge 40. So for me, we need to sort this out. We need to sort this out because we can't rely on Antonio. We know how injury prone Antonio is, especially his hamstrings. So for me, bring in Josh King, but just don't overpay, because we can get him for free in the summer. So West Ham need to bring someone in. Whoever it is, we need to bring in someone ASAP. And this running of the club, it can't continue. It cannot continue, because the amount of money that we lose because we're structured in a way that we keep doing transfer dealings like this, we can't continue doing it. We can't continue doing it, guys. But guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. So it was a little bit of a rant just about the lack of transfers and the transfer planning at this club. You know, it's pretty simple. You sign his replacement before actually disclosing the sale or accepting the bid from Ajax. That's all they had to do. All that West Ham had to do. But now we've put ourselves in a position that everyone knows we want a striker, because we've only got a one fit striker. And everyone's going to charge an extra 20, 30, maybe even 40% for a striker that we want. And we know what's going to happen. Well, they asked for too much. We didn't sign anyone. Sorry, guys, we tried. But yeah, get the ball out. I know David Moyes said that he wants to sort out the scouting system. It's not up to par. He can only do one thing at a time. But surely we had a short list of players that we knew if we sold Haller, we'd go and get those players straight away, or before, or at least have someone walking through the door. Because we need to get someone in ASAP. I'm recording this on the 9th. It's the 10th of January tomorrow. 10th of January on a Sunday. It's not good enough, West Ham. Guys, hit the subscribe button for more West Ham content. Hit the like button. That would be greatly appreciated. The support on some of these videos, we're growing crazily, pretty quickly, and I appreciate it all. Hope you guys enjoy the content throughout this lockdown. Help you guys, even if it just takes your mind off whatever whatever you're struggling with, for 10 minutes. That's all I want to achieve for these videos. That's amazing. Catch you next time, guys. See you later.